I just want to see if I can bring together a few ideas from a couple of recent videos I've been looking at. One is a video that Laura Layla made yesterday, and there was a few responses to about people who show skin on camera like this, you know what I mean? Particularly women who show skin on camera, and what happens to the conversation when that happens. That video, a video exchange really between Gary in Mendham and Modern Mystic, although I don't think most of that took place on YouTube. I'll see if I can find the links to that. And also a video that was made in response to a video that I made called Consciousness Comes Apart. If you just excuse me one sec, I'll just have a look at the video response, because it would be impolite not to cite the person who made that, because it was a good video response. Sorry, I should have done this beforehand, but I had his name in my mind and now I've forgotten it. Okay, sorry, there we go. Okay, it was by wakescouncil, and it was called Consciousness Comes Apart, a reply to conference report. So those three videos I want to just see if I can draw on, or there's something emerging for me out of those three. And really it's a kind of metaphor or example that wakescouncil used in his video to do with table tennis, ping pong. In my video, I was talking about consciousness, I won't go into the details of that, but one of the things he was talking about was a different kind of consciousness, perhaps a more familiar form of consciousness, that emerges at those points, well, when you're engaged in something like table tennis. You know, where are the boundaries of your being when you're playing something like table tennis, a fast game. The player and yourself and the game are all kind of united, you know what I mean? If it's going well, you're just defined within the game, aren't you, really? And I would completely agree with that. So there's that, which I think is really useful. And then how does that play out in terms of male and female relationships, particularly when one's showing skin and one's having a response? Because it sometimes feels, certainly when I'm talking to someone, let's say I'm talking to someone of the opposite sex, or just looking at a video, I guess, it seems like there's often, not often, but occasionally at least two games going on. There's the conversation, which happens quite slowly, you know. You say something to me and I hear it, and then I think about it, and then I say something back. Right, it's a little bit faster than this usually, but it's a relatively slow game of conscious thought, of language, and meaning and interpretation, and a set of propositions following other propositions, and a set of contrary positions being adopted, and all that kind of thing that happens at the linguistic level and at the I don't know, rational level, let's call it, for want of a better word. But it's quite slow. But then quite often there's this other game going on, particularly, as I say, if it's someone that you're sexually attracted to, or just when there's something sexual going on, which is much faster. You know, if I'm talking to you and you're a female, because I'm straight, then and you do this, you know, actually you wouldn't do that, but if you moved forward, you know, and some skin showed, or you crossed your legs, and like in that film Basic Instinct or something like that happened, you know, my biology would respond immediately, you know what I mean? It really would respond very quickly. And I think I'm right in saying it would respond even at things like pupil dilations. You know, if your pupils dilated, mine would dilate in turn. Biochemical changes in you as a female that had very small effects on the outside of your body would be picked up and reflected in the biochemistry of my body really quickly, like table tennis, like a ping pong ball flying backwards and forward across the net. You know, and we'd have this really fast little biochemical conversation going on here, as well as, you know, this much slower back and forth here. The reason why I'm citing Gary and Modern Mystic is because they were talking about fast and slow thinking, which is I think it's a new book by Daniel Kahneman, who is a really great researcher into intuition, actually. And he talks a lot about fast and slow thinking, and how rational thought is this slow thing, but we always have this fast thinking going on. I think Ellsbury calls it level 1 and level 2 thinking, but it's fascinating stuff. But it seems to me that this level 1 thinking, this fast thinking, it happens at the biological level as well. You know what I mean? It's like our body has an intuition of another body, and it just keeps going. But we've also got this slow thing going on. Now, how these two things come together, and whether the slow thing shuts down when the biology is firing on all cylinders. I don't know, but I mean that seems to me quite likely. But certainly, yeah, it is. Yeah, I better not say any more about that.